Hey everybody, what's up? Today I've got two words for you. And no, they're not foreplay. It's cheesecake. Today I'm going to show you how to make an absolutely fantastic cheesecake. New York style, that thick, decadent, luxurious kind that you go into the shops and restaurants and you think, holy crap, I want to make this at home. Well, today's your lucky day. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So like always, anything that involves baking, we start off with our oven preheating 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 180 degrees Celsius and get that off and going. And then we start off with our actual cheesecake. For today, I'm using a 9-inch round springform pan, one of these jobs here. And at the end, basically, we pop it off and that's how our cheesecake turns out, and it looks so delicious and all that. So to start us off, there's three things that you should know. Number one, it's the crust or the bottom. Number two is the actual cheesecake itself. And number three, whatever you choose to put on top. Cherry, strawberry, blueberry, whatever the case may be. In this case today, I'm using cherry, but you can use whatever you like. All right, so to start us off, we're gonna work on our crust or our base. And in this, I'm using a 1/3 cup melted butter, salted, and 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs. If you have the time and the inclination, you can go ahead and buy your own graham cookies and crackers and yada 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 and do that yourself. But if you're like me and you can't be bothered, hence the lazy gourmet, just go ahead and make them yourself using the pre-bought stuff that I bought. Works absolutely great. So with a fork, very carefully, just nothing to this at all, mix your graham crackers and your melted butter. Also for this recipe, the original recipe calls for 1/2 cup of sugar in the crust itself. I don't do that. I just add what is here. I eliminate the sugar. A lot healthier that way. That's how I maintain all this. So anyway, all right, so next, once our graham crumbs and butter are mixed, we take our 9-inch springform pan and just pour everything or place everything into our pan just like this, and just get it as even as you can. Spread it around. Trick, I've got a 1/2 cup measuring cup and it's got the rounded bottom here. I use this, the bottom, because it's also flat, to flatten out my cheesecake base. So now that we have our graham crust ready to go off to the side, the next part is our actual cheesecake itself. And for this, we're gonna need 3 250 gram packs of cream cheese. And I really would recommend that, you soften these a little bit, leave them at room temperature for a couple of hours. Nothing worse than trying to beat down like really hard cream cheese. Not fun at all. Start this off and whip it up and get it kind of light and fluffy. Bring this now down to a stir. You don't want, when you're adding stuff to your mixer, to kind of have things exploding all over the place. Not fun. To our 3 packs of cream cheese, we're gonna add 1.5 cups of sugar and get that all happening in there. And gradually bring this up to speed. Don't go crazy or you're gonna find stuff going all over the place, because I learned the hard way. The next part of this is 6 eggs. I usually tend to crack my eggs into another bowl beforehand, only because you don't want like basically eggshells all over your cheesecake. All right, so that's the last of our eggs. So 6 eggs are gonna go in, and again, as per our rule, bring it down to a stir and slowly start adding your eggs. Get them all nice and combined in there. Move that there. And bring it up very gradually. So now that our eggs are in there and there's a little bit of moisture or liquid into our batter. The next part of this, what I usually recommend is multiple times scraping the sides of your bowl. You want to do this, that way you don't lose any of that goodness, because like cream cheese originally will stick. So get that moving around just like that. See what I mean? There's chunks of cream cheese stuck to the paddle and to the bottom. So once you've scraped your bowl, the next part of this recipe is 2 cups of sour cream. Go in there just like that. And you can actually add the sour cream now before you actually start mixing again. So that's perfect. Just like that. Perfect. Get this out of the way. Drop this down, lock and load, and on the slowest speed again, believe me when I tell you. Get this going and get that all mixing and make it all nice and happy. This will go for about another 1.5 to 2 minutes. All right, so now we've taken it back down to a stir. The next thing to go in is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This will act as our thickening agent for our cheesecake to give it that kind of luxurious, rich texture. That's what we want. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. The next thing to go in is 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That'll go in as well. Get that all nice and incorporated. So guys, that's it for our ingredients in terms of what goes into the cheesecake part itself. Nothing to it, very easy. So from here, let this go for about 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes, scraping the bowl once or twice. And after these commercial messages, we'll be right back. I'm kidding. There's no commercial messages here. I just wanted to always look into a camera and just say that. All right, so our cheesecake is ready to go. Now the next part of this is just cleaning this all off as best as we can. Remember our 9-inch spring fork pan? We already put in our crust at the bottom. Take this out, very, very easy, and just pour it all in here, just like that. When this is done, I promise you, this is going to be one of the best damn pieces of cheesecake you ever put in your mouth. So now just start slowly scraping the bowl. You don't want to miss out on any of that goodness that's in here because it's absolutely fantastic. That's all there is to it. Our cheesecake is in our springform pan. It's ready to go. There it is. The trick now to baking this off, we already established 350 degrees or 180 degrees Celsius. You're going to put this in there for about an hour, where you want to get that very light golden kind of color on the top. You don't want to go too dark on this, just a very, very light kind of golden. And then from there, we're going to turn off the heat and leave it in there for another 30 minutes. Now at this point, our cheesecake has had a chance to kind of cool down, collect itself. The next part of this, which is pretty important, is take a non-serrated knife, like a butter knife, and slowly cut away around the edge from your springform pan. Very slowly, carefully, just like this. So that way, when it comes time now for us to release the pan from the sides, you won't have any chunking or breaking up. Look at this. Oh my God. So, that's this. So let's do it together, the moment of truth here. Slowly take this out. Pull it away. Nice and neat. Oh, there it is. And just jiggle it out. Ta-da! So, that's not too bad there, eh, actually. Looks pretty decent to me, all around. What can I say? I'm not a baker, so this is like a pretty big deal for me too. Let me just throw that in there. All right, so here is our gorgeous cheesecake, ready to go. The next part of this is to top it. A lot of people will do Puritan and leave this exactly as is. I, on the other hand, prefer a little added flavor. In this case, I'm using a cherry topping, and Lazy Gourmet, being the way that I am, I prefer to use right now the store-bought topping, which is totally fine. Use whatever you have. If you have the time and the inclination to actually go and make your own topping, that's fantastic. So now, very easily and quickly, just pour this on top. Oh my God. Like, I hear like Cheesecake angels singing. This is like, that's how fantastic this is. Just move it all around to the edge, or not quite the edge, maybe half an inch from the edge, and it'll give you some leeway and some wiggle room in terms of, look at that. Oh my God. This is so good. Oh my God. All right, so this is it, just like that. It's in season. There's our cherry cheesecake, our New York style cherry cheesecake, done and dusted, and it's ready for my friends this evening. So that's it for this episode. Very easy to follow recipe. I'm not going to cut this now. I know. I'm not going to cut this now, but I just wanted you guys to see for yourselves how truly easy and simple making your own New York style cheesecake at home can be. Frankly, this isn't exactly a Greek recipe. The only thing really Greek about this is the guy that's showing you how to make this. But the point is, you can serve this any time of the year. You can make this anytime. It's that good. And believe me, if you make this, you're gonna look like a star. I'm telling you. So, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you try this because it really is something. And until next time, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm Ken, aka The Lazy Gourmet. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.